Another subject I would like to get into is to try to clarify for myself and hopefully help you with this probably too, is language and its role in life. The difficult thing, it's difficult. What does it do? Most obviously, it is a means of communication. Speech, writing. But also it is our thinking, at least in words, and also in other concepts. We can think of objects and ideas. Are they all made of language? And are all thoughts made of language? Most are. One thing that language does also is conceptualization as such. It is making definitions of an object, drawing boundaries, because when thinking about truth and reality and existence, it's the most important thing is where do we draw the borders of an object. For example, if we think of a tree, we imagine the physical form which we can see with our eyes and touch. We know how a tree looks, but also it has a smell which has a quite different form of the tree, and the question is whether it is the tree or it is not the tree, and also whether hair falls off our bodies, whether my hair, whether it's still a part of me if it has fallen off of my body, or we take a pee, and whether it's still me in a sense, or the dog who pees. You can think of it and kind of relax the boundaries. I think it's important to relax the boundaries, or to make them not so solid. That way we can. I think it's important to have our minds kind of flexible like that. It's also important to make our minds flexible, so that we can train ourselves to think differently, or not so rigidly or strongly. There is a saying in English to stretch our minds. That's it. But yeah, on language and on definitions, that's a big point to conceptualize things adequately. It's one of requirements to know truth as it is, most precisely and most accurately and most adequately. it is to equate our thinking with existence, to have those two things overlap as precisely as possible, and then we're more suited to act properly, more truthfully, more accurate, or more representative of the truth. There was some kind of another field of thinking which I wanted to get into. It's at this time not totally formed in my mind, but I'll try anyway, because it lingers in my mind, this thought, or this kind of notion or idea that getting to the basis of language. Well, if truth is existence, which includes our thinking, but our thinking is that which tries to include truth. Well, maybe it's not the best approach, because our thinking exists within it, and existence is infinity, and we're trying to put it inside our language, inside our thinking. So it's kind of impossibility, it seems to me. Therefore, I'm thinking about another approach, which is, we try to represent our thinking, represent truth by our thinking most accurately. So it is not to get our thinking around truth, but it is, the first necessity is to get to understand and have this idea that we can have truth inside our thinking, or the whole truth inside our thinking. So how else can we approach this? It seems that thinking is not the right tool to do it. Thinking can be used to represent truth, but not to get around it. So I have this another part in my mind. I could say it's an idea, but not quite. Well, it's an approach, the idea of an approach to the truth. How can we approach truth? And strangely enough, it excludes thinking. It sounds weird, but there is in our minds, or somehow in our existence, there is this place which is not languaged, which it does not consist of language. It is what these spiritual people, I don't know, people or teachings or ideologies, or well, some of them, or there's an idea of enlightenment, and oftentimes, well, it's also badly represented, this enlightenment, or the knowledge of yourself truthfully, as kind of, I don't know, they have these atmans and all that sort of thing, or realization of truth. They are, it is, they often say that you're not this, you're not that, you're that, you're, well, you know, the whole thing. And that's the place where the mind grapples with infinity. The mind is both empty and both full with existence. It kinda relinquishes this hold of thought over reality or existence. That's this point is if you have this point gotten to, that it's the emptiness, the nothingness, and also the everythingness. It's kind of a place, or well, this maybe it can be state of mind. I'm afraid it's not very accurate to call it a state of mind. Because it's also not quite in the mind. That place is confusing because there is poorly drawn boundaries, at least in my conceptualization. But there is this place where place or state of mind, or well, reality itself, where you kind of relinquish these ideas, strange ideas and concepts, and you can observe reality as such. It maybe sounds kind of paradoxical or mystical or stuff like that, but it's life is infinity, and we are life. We are alive, and it's kind of difficulty. It's not action, it's not inaction, it is a conjunction of everything. And what I hope you know what I mean, because to explain it is ridiculous. It's incredibly difficult. I might try to do it sometime, but for now, just if you know this place, then well, great. And I wanted to say about it that it is in this place which you can, at least for me, it happened after years of finding this place and thinking about truth and stuff like that. To settle down all the ideas and thinking, it's somehow step by step I got closer to this realization that it is in this place where truth can be seen as an object, seen, you know. It can be, I don't know, experienced, or you can get some kind. Well, it's reality, and from this place, yes, you can have maybe a sight, a glimpse, or I don't know if it's an impulse or an idea. But kind of truth, yeah, interesting saying that it reveals itself to you. But for me, it required to use this. I previously said this change of definition of what is truth. I changed the boundaries of it, as I explained before. Change the definitions that truth is not just reality. I had it include everything. And with this change, it revealed, and I have been able to perceive it according to my new definitions, and then it's makes much more sense. It's now possible to think about it. Another question is whether it helps or not in practical terms, or to explain to anybody how to act and what's right and what's wrong. Well, for me, what I have as a kind of an answer is whether or not. Well, I mean, any time you have two options, two opposite options of action or thinking or concluding something, it's you have to compare those with this place, which is truth. Not saying this place is truth, but the truth that is within this place, which I talked about recently. This no thinking place, this existence as such, and then it kind of messes everything up with these two options, and you kind of can't rationally find the correct answer, because truth includes irrationality and imagination and other stuff too. But somehow I am convinced that, well, somehow it adds itself into the equation, and you somehow probably irrationally, it's not the right word, but certainly not rationally, can take a third option and action, and behave in a kind of a different way, which is not polar, which is unified, but it's not easy, and it's confusing because it's not rational. In it can make you, it can make me feel like an idiot, because you kind of can't conceptualize at those moments what it is that you are trying to do or doing. So this third option is, I think it is what we need to try to do, or try to allow ourselves to do, and it consists of basically not not giving in to polarities. Oh, well, this is. I hope this wasn't too difficult for you to listen to. Yeah, people, I hope we can make this a better place with our actions. And let's be kind. Be kind. Let's love each other as much as we can. And well, I don't know, let's take life seriously. If you're watching this, thank you. I don't know. I want this world to be beautiful, and to have my kid live in a good world.